Okay, we're going to go ahead and marinate our skirt steak for our tacos. We're going to go ahead and start off with our olive oil, and that is 1 cup, a half cup of fresh lime juice, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper. We're going to add 2.5 teaspoons of dry cilantro. Paprika, we're going to go ahead and add a half a teaspoon. Garlic powder, we're going to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons. And our cumin, we're going to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons. Chili powder, a half a teaspoon. And oregano, 1 teaspoon.
Now, Josh, I guess some people would just buy a rub for this. Personally, I love knowing exactly what's going in to our marinades.
So you can buy a taco marinade mix and just add olive oil and lime juice to it. Like you, I like to know what's in it. It's actually cheaper to buy all of the separate ingredients and then make it yourself. And it's going to cost you more to buy all of the ingredients. But we have a significant amount left over for future dishes.
Yeah, and they're not unusual things that we've put in that as well. Like
Correct.
We use those herbs and spices in
a regular basis.
Exactly. So
and you could go ahead and use the oregano for oregano chicken. You could use the cilantro for fajitas and so forth.
Yeah.
So yes. So here's our skirt steak. And in most cases, when it comes from the butcher, it's going to go ahead and be a long strip. I do not trim any of the fat. A lot of that's going to render. But I'm going to cut each steak into 3 pieces. It's just going to make it a little bit easier when I put the meat on the grill. And again, I'm going to go ahead and let this marinate for a couple hours. It is the type of marinade you could do a day in advance. And I'm just going to mix the meat, evenly coating it with the marinade. Then I will cover it with plastic and put it in the refrigerator for a few hours. Okay, we're going to go ahead and grill our meat. It's a beautiful day, so we're going to do it on the outside grill. So these are the tops, or the scallions, of the onions that we used in our sides and salads and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and grill these. I'm just going to set them on the top here. I want them just to be a slow. I'm going to take my skirt steak and again make sure I don't get the excess grease or oil from the marinade, because I don't want that to flame up my grill. The steak is so thin that I am going to cook it completely on the grill. And I want it to be rare. I do not want it to get tough.
what temperature would that be cooked internally to, Josh?
Well, you know, I'll be honest with you, with the meat being this thin, you're not going to get a thermometer in there to check it. So this is going to be really a few minutes on each side, and that's it. If you had a roast, that would be a different story. And this thin piece here, I'm already flipping it. So we can go ahead and close the grill for a few minutes. Again, we got to be careful. I want to be careful not to step away. I want to stay here for, say, another minute or so. Open it up. By then, the scallions should be done, and the steak will probably need one more flip, and we should be good. So if we look at our skirt steak, this is our thinnest piece. That is going to be done first. This one's second. The right side of the grill is the hotter side of the grill. I can look at this meat here. I don't know if you can see this in the screenshot, Shelly. This is really kind of loose. I can see this is still fairly rare.
Okay.
This piece here is a little bit more springy. So that one is almost done.
How are those scallions going up there, Joe?
Scallions are looking good. You can see they're starting to get some color, and they're just kind of wilting, which is beautiful. Okay, so I am going to pull off this small piece of beef here. I can, if I push down on this again, it's kind of very, very wiggly. It tells me that that meat is not cooked yet. This is a little firmer. This is almost done. But this small one could go ahead and come off. I'm going to go ahead and take my scallions, pull them off, put them on this plate. I don't want them to get overcooked. Our steak is about done. So what I'm going to do is turn off the grill. And I'm just going to go ahead and cover this and let it go for a little bit more.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and pull the rest of our steak off the grill. I'm going to lay it on top of my scallions. Let the juices of the steak get into the scallions. I'm then going to go ahead and cover this with plastic wrap and let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll slice it for service. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make our beef tacos. So I'm going to take my soft tortilla, put a little bit of homemade guacamole on it. I'm going to put my sliced steak. I'm going to put a little cilantro, a little Mexican cheese, a little radish, and then it is typically served with a lime that you would squeeze on prior to eating. And that is your beef taco.
Yum.